If you would have told Lindsay she would have successfully been doing a direct sales business, she would have cried tears of laughter all the way to Pizza Hut. When not trying to get her sink full of dishes under control, Lindsay loves to connect with her team, come up with creative ideas for parties, and become famous on YouTube. Please help me welcome Senior Executive Sales Leader, Lindsay Mercer.
Woo-hoo! You go, girl. You got this.
Good afternoon, everyone. When Judy asked me to speak about how my Norwex business and role as a leader has enriched my life, I knew that this was an opportunity that I had been waiting for. I can tell you the best gift that being a leader with Norwex has given me is a position of influence to share some insights about my own life, which I hope you will find freeing. First of all, let's get one thing straight. It is very easy to look at others in this business and compare our behind-the-scenes moments to their highlight reel. To shed some light on what is reality, at least for me, I'm going to share with you what my house looks like on a typical party day, as I feel this will bring a lot of comfort to you. So I have 3 children, 4 and under. The 2 oldest often wake when the clock says 6 something, and they immediately request Treehouse TV to watch while they change their mind 14 times about what they want for breakfast. Meltdowns, fighting, and whining commences. Travel mug in hand, as this is the only way I get to drink warm coffee, I sit down at my computer. The morning ticks by as I email hostesses, post something that I hope is inspiring on my team Facebook page, work on my newsletter, whatever. At this point, I see clearly how disorganized I am, and I vow to implement a time blocking system immediately. Tomorrow. The lunch menu is an inspiring buffet of baby carrots, pretzels, and salad dressing to dip. Additional sides might include a prepackaged granola bar, muffins made by my neighbor, or a marshmallow. In the afternoon, I drop the 4-year-old off at play school, forgetting that it is her day to shine, and that she needed a show and tell item. That actually happened. I then sit in my minivan and respond to 14 text messages from team members and new recruits discreetly, so other moms don't feel compelled to tag me in blog posts titled, "How Text Messaging is Ruining Your Kid's Childhood." At approximately 4:07 p.m., I change out of my pajamas, and we enter the witching hour.
Woo!
Ignoring all protests, children get bundled up and sent outside, which allows me to respond to emails from Facebook parties and questions on my team page. Shortly thereafter, I remember I gave out my last recruit package at a previous party and pray that I have enough Fresh Start copies printed out to throw together 3 more. I rummage through my party bag, make sure I've got a stack of order forms while throwing labels on catalogs. Despite my best intentions, the house has deteriorated into a war zone of plastic toys, abandoned Play-Doh. Okay, every day, you guys. Dirty dishes, random socks. This is what it is. For supper, I give my children a well-planned, organic, and vegetarian dinner. For the record, they asked for seconds, okay? All right. Shortly after 6 p.m., I skip out the door and I go 0 to 60 down the street. Bye-bye.
Yeah, don't speed in Spruce Grove.
Post-party highlights include eating a large bowl of cereal, falling into bed in my sweatpants. Thank you. Now, doesn't that give you hope? It still can be done. All right. So we speak through the filter of our reality, and you just caught a glimpse into mine. So much of what I share today is going to come from what I'm learning in this phase of my life. How many of you have younger children at home right now? It's hard, isn't it? We live in a culture that perpetuates idealistic perfection, and this can breed the nagging feeling of never quite being enough, no matter how hard you're trying. Well, I want to share something with you incredibly powerful that I have learned in the last 4 months as I continue to navigate the harmony between my family and my business. I think we can all agree that we're living in the world of impossible standards, largely because of social media. We see those women's posts, right? She creates mind-developing activities for her kids. She serves the organic lunches in shapes of minions. She's wearing skinny jeans 3 weeks after childbirth. And oh, she was the top recruiter last month. But guess what? All of those things I just described, they're never the same woman. But we don't see that. We just see the accomplishments of many, but that somehow translates into the self-imposed pressure to achieve the same excellence in all of those areas. I know I did. And it sneaks in before we even realize that it's happening, especially when we're moms. As my business grew and required an increasing amount of my time and attention, I found myself feeling more and more inadequate in a lot of other areas of my life. I would go to bed crying at night, confiding to my husband that I felt like I was failing our girls and him, that I didn't do enough activities with them, I was yelling too much, I said no too many times, and the kitchen was still a disaster. I was so fearful that I would wake up one day filled with regret and my kids would be grown and gone. It was a paralyzing and emotionally draining way to live. I knew that I couldn't do everything, but I still felt like I should at least be trying, right? It wasn't until I read a book by Jen Hatmaker called For the Love that okay, you read it? If you haven't read it, buy it immediately. That a shift started to happen in my heart. The words on the pages told me that I didn't have to do everything, and to put that kind of pressure and expectation on myself was nothing short of insanity. In that moment, I had tears of relief streaming down my face, and it was like a weight had been lifted off my chest. So if you remember nothing else from what I say, remember this. Stop spending your time trying to do everything, and instead, start investing your time into what you choose to be the priority. I knew that the vital areas of investment for me were my marriage, my children, my relationship with Jesus, and my business. So if my house falls into disarray or my desk is disorganized, I choose to be okay with that for the time being. If I have to direct my children to the dryer to get a clean pair of pants because that's as far as the laundry got, oh well.
Woohoo!
You guys get it? Okay, this is a key one. Ask for referrals for a good babysitter so you and your husband can go out for dinner more often and pay her an extra $20 to organize the toy bins and wash your floors. And if all you have is 15 minutes and you can either call a recruit lead or reorganize your inventory closet, you get the idea. Henry Cloud once said, "For trust to work in human relationships of any kind, whether leadership, marriage, parenting, or business, we have to be able to see some crack in the armor so we feel the other person is real." You can actually become a better leader when you live in a place of authenticity and continual self-assessment. Being open with your team that you cannot and are not doing it all helps them realize that they don't need to be some kind of superwoman to be successful too. When you're willing to show your team your weaknesses, you can actually make your organization stronger. I know this is hard. Spending time is easy because the immediate often takes priority over the important. Investing time is challenging because you have to ignore what might be your default and instead choose to do your priorities. Setting down my phone and playing a round of Uno with a 3- and 4-year-old can feel like torture. It has to be blue. No, the blue one. Like, it's not. But my priorities are not what I say. My priorities are what I do. So when I'm tempted to brush off that little voice asking for a snuggle on the couch,
I try and remember this poem. Cleaning and scrubbing can wait till tomorrow. For babies grow up, we've learned to our sorrow. So settle down, cobwebs, dust go to sleep. I'm rocking my baby, and babies don't keep.
My desire for each and every one of you is that you use this weekend to not only be inspired about what is possible in your business, but also use it to reflect and prioritize. Be purposeful to choose the areas that need the investment of your time right now, and just let the rest go. I hope that embracing this will bring your heart as much freedom and joy as it has brought mine. Invest wisely, my friends. Thank you.
And there they go. For you.
She was amazing.
Yes, you are.
Please welcome back to the stage, Debbie Bolton.